Aryna Sabalenka ends season as year-end #1, but not on Alternative WTA Rankings with surprise top 4, Emma Raducanu inside top 15. While the WTA season is done, it gives time to take scope as to the season that was and where players end the year. The Alternative Tennis Ranking (UDR) sees Aryna Sabalenka though not finish on top, unlike the main ranking where she had sewn up year-end #1 some time ago. Sabalenka was far and away the top player on the WTA rankings, with Iga Swiatek and Coco Gauff some distance off the Belarusian, who has spent the past few years either fighting for top spot or to keep it. She hasn't had to do that this year, but she doesn't finish top of the rankings that take into account recent matches, quality of opposition, and wins. UDR stands for Universal Tennis Rating, which is a global tennis rating system that provides a single accurate measure of a player's skill level using actual match results, including the strength of the opponents on offer. This provides more of a fairer gauge on current form, it could be said, than the current WTA ranking system. It is done out of 16 from 1.00 to 16.50. For instance, Iga Swiatek is top with 129.6 compared to 12.92 from Sabalenka over the course of the season, albeit Sabalenka and Aryna Sabalenka would be top if done on the 3-month trend, which has them over the 13 mark. Swiatek sits on top of this ranking despite the fact that in reality, she has had perhaps the worst year of her career in many ways. She lost her Queen of Clay shine, losing the Rome, Madrid, and French Open titles in recent months, and had many disheartening losses, including in Miami to Alexandra Ila, Indian Wells to Mira Andreeva, among others. She also dipped out of the WTA finals in the group stages. But she sits top on 12.96 compared to 12.92 for Sabalenka. Raducanu top 15 as top 10 names barely in top 25. Perhaps another surprise, albeit not so much given her recent form, is a certain Aryna Sabalenka being third. She is now world #5 but sits third in the UDR with 12.89. Based on these metrics, she is the second best player in the world behind Sabalenka on 3-month trend, winning Ningbo, reaching the semis in Tokyo, and winning the WTA finals. So despite being further down on the rankings, she would be world #3 if done on recent success over points, while Amanda Anisimova is next up. In the eyes of many, the best player on tour this year in regards to the comeback she has made to suddenly become an all-conquering force who lost in 2 Grand Slam finals, but ended up winning multiple WTA 1000s. Coco Gauff is 5th, having won the French Open this year, but Ekaterina Alexandrova, who made her top 10 breakthrough earlier this autumn, is 6th, showing the form she has shown this year. She narrowly missed out on the WTA race and was a second alternate who played one match after Madison Keys withdrew. Mira Andreeva, who was ahead of her in that race, was in 10th in the alternative rankings, showing that despite early season form, Alexandrova was better throughout. One surprise after Jessica Pegula in 7th is Zheng Qinwen, as she is the only one without any data in the past 3 months and hasn't played for most of the season, but she remains in the top 10. While Aryna Sabalenka and Andreeva sit inside the top 10. Marketa Vondrasova is next. She won Berlin and reached the US Open quarterfinal in a mini resurgence. While the 2 facets of the Montreal final in Victoria Mboko and Naomi Osaka are next to conclude the top 13, that Emma Raducanu would be world #15 if we go off these metrics, while Jasmine Paolini, a stalwart of the top 10, would be outside the top 15. Madison Keys, who has barely played all autumn, also sits outside the top 20 even. While 2 stars of this year in Clara Tauson and Belinda Bencic are barely in the top 25, just outside the top 32 is Eva Liss, who has finished the season as a best of 41st, but her overall season form has gotten her into the top 32 of this ranking, showing the great year she had.